All right, so I ask you what you're drinking. You say the finest whiskey. So let's hear more about that.
Okay, The Finest Whiskey. This is my favorite song on the album. This is one of my favorite songs I've ever wrote. But one of the reasons it's my favorite on the album is an interesting story. I remember I was listening to random instrumentals on YouTube just to try to get inspiration to write, and I came across this track. And I just couldn't get it out of my head. It was just replaying over, and I was like, man, this could be really good, you know? So I hadn't wrote anything lyrically yet, but I went to a friend's concert that night, and I watched her perform. And then on the drive back home, I listened to the track on repeat, and I wrote the track that night. I wrote all the lyrics for the track. So I had studio time booked for the very next day. That was a Friday. I had studio booked all day Saturday. So I get to the studio, and I was supposed to be there for another song, to finish up another song. And I said, hey, man, look, you know, I told the producer, look, I can't get this song out of my head. I know we're supposed to work on this other song, but I can't get this song out of my head. Can we please do it? And he said, yeah, let's do it. So we suited up, and over the next 6 hours, we cranked out the song. So this was the only song that I've ever, from the day I heard the track on Friday is the first time I heard it, and by the end of Saturday night, the song was completely finished recording. Normally, recording a song, you know, it can take up to a month to record one song. You know, sometimes it requires multiple sessions or whatever, but to go from the day I heard it to the very next day to be completed, it was like a pat on the back that I wasn't expecting to come. You know, it was one of those rare things that happens. You're like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. You know, I enjoy that. And I've also had a remix of the song Nimbus, who's a EDM producer out in, I think he's in Arkansas or Alabama, and he's amazing. If you haven't heard any of his work and you like EDM, go check out Nimbus, N-E-M-B-U-S. But he did a remix of the song, which is a darker version. I decided not to put it on the album, but it's still on Spotify if you look hard enough. It's just it's called The Finest Whiskey. It just has a different cover art, so check that out.